Welcome to the regular Freeholder meeting held on Wednesday, December 19th, 2018 at 1 o'clock. Have a roll call, please.
Freeholder Graham.
Here.
Freeholder Lazaro.
Here.
Freeholder Cotillo.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rose.
Present.
Freeholder Yardley.
Here.
Have a moment of silence and salute to the flag, please. Aye.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice is defined by Section 3T of Chapter 231, PL 1975, has been made by regular mail. Such notice being submitted on October 25th, 2018, from the Administrative Center of the County of Sussex, located at 1 Spring Street, New Jersey, to the following: New Jersey Herald, New Jersey Sunday Herald, Star Ledger, WSUS Radio, and WNNG Radio. It was also posted on the bulletin board maintained in the Administrative Center for Public Announcements, has been submitted to the Sussex County Clerk in compliance with said act. Have a motion to approve the agenda? Motion. Motion by Graham.
Second.
Second by Lazaro. Discussion.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to remove 10.0, add 6.c, which is in recognition of David Varnish as Cub Master for Pack 88 in Pack and Scoutmaster Troop 91 in Stanhope, and add 6D, which is for Robert Duncan, who is also Cub Master of Pack 88 in Apacon and Committee Chair of Troop 91 in Stanhope.
Motion by Cotillo.
I'll second this.
Second by Graham. Discussion. All those in favor? Those
Aye.
opposed? The ayes have it. The motion is agended. Any further discussion on the agenda? I'm sorry.
Amended.
Amended, I'm sorry. Any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The motion as amended is approved. Proclamations, certificates, presentations. Proclamations 6A through 6C. I have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Lazaro, second by Yardley. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Proclamations are approved. No public hearings. Public session from the floor. Comments are limited to 5 minutes or less and must only address issues regarding agenda items followed by a 3-minute response time from the Freeholder Board. Please state your name and print your name and municipality on the sign-in sheet. That motion opens the floor for public comment.
So moved.
Motion by Cotillo, second by Lazaro. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The floor is open to the public. Seeing no one from the public, can I have a motion to close the floor for public
So
comment and
moved.
return to the regular business? Motion by Cotillo,
Second.
second by Graham. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The floor is closed to the public. Freeholder comments. Freeholder Yardley.
Just a business comment on brownfields. Apparently that there's new money from the federal government for brownfields. I'm not sure if we have any contaminated sites that would qualify for that, but we do. There is money available. I think that was in the county journal. Just want to say, hope everybody has a good holiday, good Christmas. And there was a great event here the other day with the county here, right?
Yes.
Good. They had excellent entertainment.
Yes.
Exceptional.
Yes.
Exceptional
Yep.
entertainment. So Baxter the one did it. So, but everybody have a good, safe Christmas and New Year's. Thank you. That's it.
Freeholder Lazaro.
Yes, I have a couple of things. Just want to mention that fiscal year 2020, the LCD application schedule has submitted an application for the replacement of Bridge K-03, which is the River Styx Bridge in Apacon. I've spent the last 2 years at the NJTPA attempting to help them to recognize that Sussex County exists up here in the hinterlands, and it seems that this does not mean that this is going to go through and happen, but it is a huge accomplishment for us to get the bridge on the list for them to look at. This will, if this goes through, we will have the opportunity to have this bridge replaced It will not be part of our department's capital budget request, and it will not require any county funds. This will all be federal earmark funds for this particular bridge, if it is awarded. I have no idea whether it will go through or not, but I can't tell you how happy I am to see that it's at least on the list. And I think our Department of Engineering has done a fine job in making requests for these. One of the problems with taking federal monies is the bureaucratic red tape is astronomical in getting these things to happen and in getting them to go through and in completing them. So, you know, it's almost like you have a full-time person to handle the red tape. But these guys did a great job in getting it on there, and I'm happy to report that there's a strong possibility we might get some action on that bridge. Other than that, I'd wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and thank this board for its genuine cooperation and successful operation over the past 2 or 3 years. Done a great job, and it's been my pleasure to be a part of working with all of you. Thank you all very much. And to our administrator for your fine efforts and energy in getting us on a good, straight, and narrow path. Thank you.
Thank you. Freeholder Grant.
I'll start off by reminding us, we commit to the holiday season, that we are being protected by those that we don't even know. I mean, just a few days ago, 5 Marines were killed in a terrible accident, and it just shows that even in times of relative peace, that there's danger. I want to thank all the employees, particularly those that are involved in looking out for the better welfare of all of us. I mean, there are times on Christmas Eve we'll be at our homes and our road crews will be out dropping salt or plowing. Members of the Health and Human Services will be looking out for those that have had a less fortunate circumstances, sometimes in emergency cases, sometimes in planned cases. I want to thank my all members of the HSAC agencies who all year long do what they can for the citizens of Sussex County, some because it's part of their nonprofit's mission, but some of them because their hearts are just larger than their I don't know, just big hearts, just big-hearted people. I want to thank my fellow freeholders for cooperation and for working together, and I thought this was a very good board. It was civil, it was thoughtful. We were able to make a lot of strides. A lot of good people have been put in, not because that they are friends of friends or friends of people who said those are the people that get the job. All the people that are in place right now, to my best of my knowledge, are all people who are qualified, who deserve to be there, and who understands and go along with what the mission of the county is. I want to thank Terry and Susie, Terry, our clerk of the board. Terry had a start of the year by not knowing anything, right?
Never say how much you know. I learned that a long time ago.
Well done. Terry helped us bring not only a sense of professionalism into the board's daily operations. There were some very controversial times where certain people were maneuvering instead of just facilitating. And Terry and Susie operate a very, very professional operation. I thank you very much for everything you do. I also want to reach out to and say thank you to the public safety, to those on our sheriff's department, and those in our fire protection for all that they've done this year. They are the unsung heroes. More often than not, things happen and then we find out about it way later. And I want to just thank a couple of volunteers right now. The food pantry. People in the food pantry do a remarkable job, and they don't do it just on Christmas and on Thanksgiving. They do it on April 7th and July 9th and August 14th. You know, those days that nobody raises money or food, and they take care of people on and on. And I also want to say thank you to my friends over at Project Self-Sufficiency for having a remarkable operation that not only helps those in need, but ensures that those in need are better prepared to deal with their next concerns by themselves. I have a great deal of respect for it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Freehold Deputy Director Patel.
I would like to thank all of the organizations that have gathered toys for this season. I had the experience as mayor to bring toys to the homes of families that weren't expecting things, and to see the reaction of the parents and the gratefulness would just bring you to tears. These toys mean a great deal to families that can't put anything under the tree, and a great deal to the children that receive them. And I know it takes hours and hours of planning to do that, and hours of planning to just disperse all of those things, and well worth it. And there's so many organizations that have just jumped in. It seems every year there's more and more, because they realize that there's more and more need in the county. And I really want to thank them for all that they do. And we're going to make the promise and the magic of Christmas come alive on Christmas morning for a lot of families. I also want to thank our staff. The one you didn't mention was Kevin Kelly, who was new, and Thor, who sits in the back of the room all the time so quietly filming us. Everybody does their part, and it's been, as everyone has said, a pleasure to work with the board and everyone that's on it. And I'm grateful I had the experience to work with you. And I'm grateful that I made friends and enjoyed all of our time together. So I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, a very Happy New Year.
Thank you, Deputy Director. I just want to say today is my last meeting, as well as Carl Lazzaro's. It's been 16 years in politics for me, I think longer for Carl. I want to thank this board, the employees of Sussex County, and the citizens of Sussex County for giving me the opportunity to serve you for the last 3 years. Thank you very much for your dedication, and it's been an honor being here and sitting in this seat. Thank you. Approval of consent agenda. Recall that item O is removed from this. The Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Sussex has reviewed the consent agenda and various proposed resolutions to determine that adoption of said resolutions is in and will further the public interest. If any freeholder would like to remove an item to be considered separately, please do so now. A motion to approve the consent agenda with the omission of item O.
Make the motion.
Motion by Yarden.
Second.
Second by Patel. Discussion.
Yes, the first resolution will provide for an agreement for care management and outreach services consistent with the current area plan contract for Title III services. Resolution B provides for outpatient psychiatric and counseling services for individuals, children, adults, and families throughout Sussex County. Resolution C again provides for outpatient psychiatric counseling services for the residents of the county. Resolution D provides for integrated treatment approach for survivors of domestic and sexual violence. Resolution E is a contract extension that will provide more than 2,600 one-way trips for Saturday bus service through the county via Skylands Ride. Resolution F provides for the Intoxicated Driver Resource Center education and screening services. Resolution G, actually it's resolutions G through L, provide for a variety of public entities that do public procurement and allows the county to make purchases off of those public contracts that are solicited by the various agencies listed in those resolutions. Resolution M provides for rehabilitation access and assistance to Sussex County residents suffering from addiction to opiates. Resolution N provides for legal services and consistent with the shared services agreement for solid waste enforcement with the county's municipal utilities authority. O is not being considered at this time. Resolution P provides an amendment to the professional services agreement with Riker Danzig for additional legal services that have been rendered to the county. Resolution Q provides for the conveyance of property to Byron Township along Roseville Road as a result of the completion of Bridge C-17. Resolution R provides for professional services with Genesis Engineering for on-call engineering services. Resolution S provides for the submission of an application to the state in the Local Bridges Fund Program in the amount of $1,573,159. And this will be used for the rehabilitation and repair of a number of bridges throughout the county. Resolution T provides for the cancellation of various grant fund receivables and appropriation reserves on the balance sheet in the current budget of 2018. Resolution U provides for the cancellation of certain general capital improvement authorization balances as recommended by the county treasurer.
Any further comments? Roll call, please.
Freeholder Graham.
Yes.
Freeholder Lazaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Patillo.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rose.
Yes.
Freeholder Yardley.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the regular meeting held on December 12th, 2018?
So moved.
Second by Patillo, second by Graham. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it, the motion is approved. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the executive session on November 28th, 2018? Motion by
Second.
Graham, second by Patillo. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it, the motion is approved. Appointments and/or resignations, none. Resolutions. Resolution regarding authorizing the clerk of the board of Joseph Freeholders to release executive session minutes in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Lozano, second by Graham. Discussion.
Yeah, I just, I saw this and I read the accompanying resolution on this one. This is just a matter of course, right? It's just a, is there any special thing why this is on here this way?
This was with respect to the Transparency Committee.
Yeah, but this was something we would have done anyway, right? We open up, you went through all of the closed session minutes, made sure that there was nothing that had to be redacted or,
Oh, when the request comes, we will do that.
right.
On request.
Right.
Okay, well, when I read the resolution, and also understanding OPMA, and understanding OPRA, and understanding what we do, I mean, look, there have been times when minutes have fallen behind, particularly executive session minutes. We're not in that position right now, is that correct?
No, you're current,
We're current right now. Okay, so this maintains that we stay current, is that correct?
as long as I can keep doing that. I do that all the time.
I'm just making sure that there is not something else. I didn't see anything in this resolution that said we were doing something out of the
Isn't it
ordinary.
changed to the current practice?
This is the current
Yeah.
practice. It should, as a current practice should be.
I think you have had like a past practice. I haven't seen necessarily a policy. So when I get an Oprah request for an executive session group of minutes for 2018, I will work with county council and we will review, redact what is necessary and issue the release of those
Right.
minutes.
And
Without
here's-
you voting again.
Right, and here's where, okay, I understand that part, and I understand that this part, but my point is this, is that if we're freeing up, and I agree with this, I'm not pushing back on this, I'm just trying to clarify it a little bit. But if we're opening up our minutes, they should be as they are. I mean, I don't think we need an Oprah in order to go clean through them. We should be going through them before we do this, don't we? Should we not?
I think that's,
Is this,
I
am I
would recommend
thinking
that
about it backwards?
because you have certain
No.
subjects that are still confidential.
Okay,
No, but I'd rather do the review at the time the request comes in
okay,
to see at that time what ought to be
okay.
Right. And if
done
nothing
and not
needs to
done,
be.
and it's just that much better than the other
In-
idea.
Just as long as it's been thought out.
All right, so just to follow up to Mr. Graham, do we have a policy or legal interpretation as to what rules? I understand now what he's talking about. So, do we have a policy? Do we need a policy so there's clarification on this?
Well, okay, here's my shot at that answer. The transparency recommendations that were that are gonna be, I think, part of additional changes to the administrative code, are coming up after the first of the year, but they're not there now. So now we're just following the Open Public Meetings Act.
Okay.
and this is current practice,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. So if a request comes in, we will review it for what it, in terms of what it is and what it asks for at the time it comes in. And we don't have to come back to you for a vote.
Okay.
That's right, we would just work together.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Freeholder Graham?
Yes.
Freeholder Lazaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Patillo?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rose?
Yes.
Freeholder Yardley?
Yes.
Awards of contract, change orders, and bids. Can I have a motion to approve the contracts, change orders, bids?
So moved.
Second.
Second by Graham. Discussion.
Yes, Mr. Director, the first resolution under awards of contract is a contract extension for the health insurance brokerage services that are provided to the county from Brown & Brown. Resolution B is for the contract extension for a variety of materials used by the Division of Fleet Management. Resolution C provides for an extension of the professional services for the financial advisor, Phoenix Advisors LLC. Resolution D provides for a contract extension for the professional legal services rendered to the county concerning labor employment matters to Trimbley and Pruzanowski. Resolution E provides for the extension of data processing services for payroll accounting and human resources information systems to Prime Point. Resolution F provides for the extension of auditing services currently provided to the county from Municipaccia LLP. Resolution G provides for the on-call engineering services for roadway signal and traffic safety projects. Resolution H provides for the extension of a contract for on-call engineering services for bridge, structural, and geotechnical services to our infrastructure projects. And Resolution I provides for on-call engineering services for bridge rehabilitation and replacement projects.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Freeholder Graham?
Yes.
Freeholder Lazaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Patillo?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rose?
Yes.
Freeholder Yardley?
Yes.
Financial, there are no bill lists, nothing for personnel. Can I have administrative report?
Yes, thank you very much. I had the opportunity to meet earlier today with the Budget Subcommittee to review effectively what amounts to the first complete draft of the 2019 operating budget. I would characterize the meeting as being very good. We have met the target currently with the proposed budget not exceeding 2% increase in the amount to be raised in taxation. There are a number of items that the staff has been asked to follow up on. We will do so in the coming months. I anticipate having at least one more meeting with the Budget Subcommittee and then being able to bring forward the proposed budget in a workshop format for the freeholders to see what's been put together in anticipation of our spending plan for 2019. I would like to thank Freeholder Director Rose and Freeholder Lazaro for their support and cooperation over the last year. It's been a pleasure to work with you in service to the residents of Sussex County, and I wish you continued success at the various pursuits that you have in the future. And would just like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, a healthy and prosperous New Year, and looking forward to seeing you all in the new year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
County Council report.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone collectively here for the appointment in July. And it's been a very fast 6 months, I can tell you that. And I want to thank the people that I've worked with here for their help and in some cases for their patience. And I want to congratulate Carl and John. And also mention that you might have seen in our bid responses for next year that although the Sussex County Bar was a bit this year, we got a lot of good firms. We will have some all-star lineup going forward for you in January, and I look forward to that and getting better and better at this as we go along, and with my partners at both ends of this table. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any unfinished business? Any new business? Public session from the floor. Please note, everyone is asked to keep their comments to 5 minutes or less, followed by a 3-minute response time from the freeholder boards. Please state your name and print your name and municipality on the sign sheet. Have a motion to open the floor for public comment.
Motion.
Motion by Graham.
Second.
Second by Patel. Discussion. All those in favor? Those opposed? The ayes have it. The floor is open to the public.
Hi, good afternoon. Peter Knight, Frankfurt. Prior to the election, I attended a debate where candidates for freeholder met. And a topic of discussion was the funding of Sussex Community College, and that there was not transparency provided to the freeholders. Basically, it sounded to me that the Sussex Community College has gone rogue and are making financial decisions and not sharing the basis or the impact to the freeholders. Do I understand correctly that the freeholders have responsibility and some control on how Sussex Community College spends their money? I'm talking in particular about this issue about expanding their footprint into Newton to accommodate some technical education, and that there's the opportunity to provide those that educational opportunities through Sussex vocational schools. So I thought with this freeholder board intact from this year, that perhaps it'd be the best opportunity to ask that question and concerns. Do I understand this correctly?
I'll take a stab at this. So this freeholder board does have some say over the monies, capital monies, and general budget given to SCCC. But the entity that really has control is something called the Board of School Estimates, of which a majority of the members are freeholder members. So it's really the Board of School Estimates is the controlling authority on the final budget for the school and capital requests that come through.
What about the issue, though, where the college is not sharing their finances with that board or that body? Do I understand that correctly, or there's some kind of resistance to share?
The college we had a meeting together with the college and with VOTEC. The college had their financials on advisement of their council. They did not put them out in public. However, if any of the freeholders wanted to go over to the college to see the financials, they're there.
I've been outspoken on this issue. I did have a meeting with the college. They have provided the information to me that I had asked for. And I believe that the college will and must provide that information in a public forum. And so I think that will be forthcoming, should be forthcoming, because if I saw it and other freeholders saw it, it has to be accessible to the public.
Well, in conclusion, I would hope so, because as I understand it, there's an alternative to what could be a significant financial impact to their budget and therefore the county, that the public should be made aware of that impact. Personally, based on what I know, it seems that if they can use existing facilities, why not do that as opposed to making significant physical impact on their budget?
I think before you form an opinion, you should talk to Dr. Conley. And then he can give you all the information.
Well, thank you very much. wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Have a healthy and prosperous one. Thank you.
Before you leave, you know, sometimes, there's a saying, the issue's over, shut up. But the issue is, they must provide, not just if you go over and get it, they must provide it publicly.
I would hope
Just
so.
provide it publicly, and I looked at it, and there's information there that should be given to the public, and I think it will be given to the public.
Well, I hope so, and I hope so it's done in a timely fashion before amendments are made.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Is there no one else from the public? I have a motion to close the floor for public comment and return to the regular order of business.
So moved.
Motion by Patil.
Second.
Second by Graham. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The floor is closed to the public. Greg, do we need executive session?
I would like to give the freeholders an update on contract negotiations, yes.
Okay. Executive session, resolution regarding providing for an executive closed session not open to the public in accordance with provisions of NJSA 10:4-12 et sec. Whereas the subject matter is about to be discussed may be excluded from the public portion of the meeting by resolution of the Board of Chosen Freeholders and an exemption to the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B, and whereas it appears necessary for the Board of Chosen Freeholders to discuss such matters in executive session, now therefore be resolved that the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Sussex in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12B, NJSA 10:4-13, that the Board at this time enter into an executive session from which the public shall be excluded, and be it further resolved that the general nature of the subjects to be discussed relate to the following items authorized by NJSA 10:4-12B as designated below, specifically matters relating to litigation negotiations and attorney-client privilege, specifically update on various legal matters and contract negotiations regarding PBA 378. Be it further resolved that the deliberations conducted in closed session may be disclosed to the public upon the determination of the Sussex County Board of Chosen Freeholders provided by law, public interest in only be served by such confidentiality, and be it further resolved that upon completion of business which the board has entered into the executive session, the board shall reconvene and resume its meeting open to the public. Be it further resolved this board expects to not take formal actions after returning from executive session except to adjourn the regular meeting. Could I have a motion to adopt the executive session resolution and enter into
So
an
moved.
executive session? Motion by Lazar.
Second.
Second by Patil. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. We are in the executive session.